Good morning, children. Welcome to today's science class. So, from today's class, we are going to learn a new chapter, children. We are moving on to the new chapter. So, the chapter name is Physical and Chemical Changes. See, as soon as you hear that, you all know that already you have learnt about this. You had a topic called changes around us in the 6th class, no children. By now you all know that surrounding us there are so many different types of substances are there. One or more different substances are there, and always there we can find different types of changes undergone by these substances. Some changes are fast, some are slow, some are reversible, some are irreversible, we cannot get it back, and some are desirable and some are undesirable. These all you have discussed in the previous class. So this year we are going to concentrate more on physical and chemical changes, children. So always you all know that changes are permanent. Surrounding us, the date, today's date is going to change, month is going to change, year will be changing. So changes is only possible, always possible on the earth. But when we keenly observe about the changes happening in the different substances surrounding us, we can classify them as whether it is a physical change or chemical change. For example, in the kitchen, you might have seen setting of curd. Milk is changing into curd. And you might have seen the vessels, they are when once it is getting heated, the color is changing. Yes, and they are adding some different things and some other properties coming, some changes are there, and like this so many changes you'll be observing. Now we will select some 5 changes and we will try to identify whether it is a physical change or chemical change. So this year we are going to learn about the physical and chemical changes undergone by the substances surrounding us. When a substance undergoes change, whether it is a physical change or chemical change, that's what we are going to learn by considering 5 different examples. First, we will take a paper. See here is a paper. So this paper, I can cut it using a scissor and I can make it like collage making. So many pieces I can make. And again I can stick and get back this rectangle shape. And I can give a particular, I can fold it and give some other shape also. I can give a shape. Again by unfolding I can get back the shape. By cutting also, by sticking I can get the shape. Shape can be regained. The paper by cutting or folding, whatever changes we give to this paper, we can get it back. So first is folding a paper. Folding a paper. One example we are taking. And then see, you can see the chalk piece in my hand. So I can powder it. Powder and I'll get the powder. Yes. So powdering, that is one change, no? Powdering a chalk. So I will make this chalk into a powder and I will get like this. When I powder it, I will get powder pieces like this, no children? Like this I will get the powder. So that I can collect and keep. That is one example. Next, I can take water. See, in a cup like this, water. I can take water and in a cup I can keep the water in the freezer and I will freeze it. And that water, what happens to the water? Water kept in freezer or else water cooled. Next, see here, I have water here. See, I have water in a glass. You can see the water, and here I have sugar. You can see the sugar, children, sugar. So now I will add this sugar to this water and I will stir it well. And this plain water has now become sugar water. Sugar solution it has become, you can see. So this is also one type of, one example we are going to take it for consideration. Adding sugar with water. That is one example. Next, so first folding a paper, powdering a chalk, and also this water kept in freezer, adding sugar in water. Like some examples we have taken, and we can take one small blade and you can heating it in the candle, heating the thin blade, and you will see the color changes. Yes, heating a metal blade and observing what type of change is being seen. See, 5 cases we have seen. So in detail we learn what is actually happening here. See, when you fold a paper, I am able to get back. The size is changing, shape is changing, but I am able to get it back, get the size and shape back. So I am able to reverse it. Same way when I am powdering a chalk, that powder all I can collect it, I can mix it with water and I can dry it in the sunlight, and I'll be able to get the chalk piece again. That is also you can get back the chalk piece again, and in each bit of chalk, that bit of chalk is also having the quality of the chalk piece only. It is not going to the property of the chalk is not going to change from the small bit to the big long chalk piece. The property is same. Here also the small bit I can tear the paper into small bits, but each bit of paper is going to have the quality as a paper only. Now water kept in the freezer, you know that it will change into ice. Again I can hit the ice cube and I can get back the water, and either it is water or ice cube, it is made up of water molecules only. That composition is not going to be changed, or no new substance is going to be formed. And adding sugar to water, I did just mixing sugar and water. So we got this sugar and water. No, children, you might be thinking that one new thing is formed. No madam, you can ask sugar solution, but sugar solution is formed here, but it is having the quality of sugar and water. Both are regaining their quality. Water is there, water quality is also there, sugar is added. That so they will be able to retain their quality. So here also there is no, we cannot consider as a new substance form. This is also just it, and again we can get back the sugar by heating this and cooling. Heating and cooling, when we do this to the sugar solution or salt solution, we can separate the water and we can separate the sugar. So this is also going to be a reversible change, and there is no new substance is formed. So what type of change this is, we will see now. And heating a metal blade or heating vessels in your home, you can see after the slight color change is there, we can clean it with scrubber. When we clean, we can get back the color. So in all these cases, we notice that either state is changing, size is changing, or shape is changing, or the color is changing. So such type of changes are called the physical properties. We are talking about the substances, no children. Every substance have some sort of physical properties like the size, color, shape and state. State means liquid or solid or gaseous state. So this, any time there is any change in this state change or color change or size change or shape change, we will call it as a physical change. And most of the time physical changes are like this, reversible, and there will be no new substance, new product is not formed here. We are going to learn further about this new product formation, but here by now you can understand that in a physical change. So when we will call a change as a surroundingly substances are undergoing many type of changes, when will you say it is a physical change? A physical change is a change in which a substance undergoes changes in its physical properties. So in a physical change, a substance will undergo changes in its physical properties like size, color, shape and state. So whenever there is size change, color change, shape change or state change, we'll call it as a physical change, and most of the times they are reversible, and also in this no new substance will be formed in the physical changes. So again I repeat, surrounding us substances undergo different types of changes. So when they undergo change in their size or color or shape or state, that is called as the physical change. And in these physical changes, most of the time they are reversible, and there will be no new substance will be formed during a physical change. Next we will in detail we learn about changing of water into changing of water into water vapor and again getting back, so that you will understand better about the physical changes. Yes children. So now if water is there, see water, so we'll take water, we'll start heating the water. So once we start heating the water changes into water vapor. So this is in liquid state. Water is in liquid state and water vapor is in gaseous state. Yes, no children. So here also some changes taking place. Water is changing into water vapor. Here the substance is water. Water is changing into water vapor. But water and water vapor both will have, this is the basic composition of the water, H2O, H2O. There is no change. And again this water vapor when you are heating water in a pot, if you close it with a lid, you can see the droplets steam coming out, and on cooling the steam again you can get back the water. You can get back the water vapor. From the water vapor you can get back the water by cooling. Yes, no children. So this is the reversible, and there is no any new substance is formed, either water or water vapor. Both has the chemical composition, that is the H2O. Now you can take water on cooling, it becomes ice. Water again liquid, it becomes ice. This is the solid state. So now this is on cooling. Cooling, water will change into ice. Yes, that is a physical, that is a change happening. So you don't know what type of change, how to understand that what type of change it is. So when you start that ice cubes, you start heating, you heat it, you will get back the water. So here you see the state is changing, only the liquid to solid state. Again that solid to liquid we can get back, and water is also having the composition, that is H2O. Ice also H2O only. There is no any new substances formed. So such type of changes are called as, here we have discussed the state, how the, even though it is changing state, there is no change in its no new substance is formed, and it can be reversible. So this is one example for physical change. So color change, we said color will, sometimes the color changes, and but all the cases whenever color changes there, it won't be physical changes. Some of the times we can see when color changes, again it will be just for appearance where only the color has changed, but the composition, there is no any new substance is formed because of the color change. Size also, size increasing, decreasing, anything can be done, but when it is not losing its original property, and when it is having the same characteristics and no new substance is formed, then we can call it as a physical change. So now further, when we want to learn more about this, just now I showed this sugar and water solution. Sugar and water solution I showed, but some of you might be having a confusion. See, no new substance is formed, I said, but sugar solution is something different from the plain water. Yes, and it is having that when sugar is added, it is having a sweeter taste. Then how we are saying that it is no new substance is formed? So that to learn it very perfectly, you should know some basic chemistry, children. So with this, just you know what are physical changes, and I'll explain you some basic about the chemistry part, chemical composition of different things surrounding us. Then you will, by the end of the class, you will understand correctly when we can say it is a physical change or when it is going to be a chemical change. Yes, are you all ready? So to understand better about physical and chemical changes, we are going to learn a small portion about a basics about the chemistry, children. Yes. Yes, you all know that everything surrounding us is made up of matter. Yes, no children? Matter. Matter exists in 3 different states: solid, liquid and gases. Yes, there are 5 different states, but by now on the earth we have solid, liquid and gases. So in this matter, what is the smallest part of the matter? Already we discussed about that in the previous physics lessons also. What is the smallest part of a matter? Smallest part of a matter is the atom. Yes, so you all know that atom is the smallest part of matter. Yes, anything, this chalk piece is a matter. Just now we discussed, water is a matter, sugar is a matter, chalk is a matter, whatever ice is a matter. So all these are existing in different states, but everything is made up of atom. Yes, everything is made up of atom. Atom cannot be further divided. Atom has 3 subatomic particles, but further we cannot divide the atom. Now, unknowingly also you will be knowing different things. Whenever you learnt about air, you learned that so many different things are there in the air. Yes, you know that you are able to when they taught about the air also. What all are there in the air, children? So you know that oxygen is there. So I'm talking about air just to make you understand. Oxygen is there. Yes, no, children. Then what else there? Carbon dioxide is there. Then nitrogen is there. Yes, and so many and what noble gases are there, that is argon, neon, krypton and all. Just I am writing few only. Yes, so these all these makes up the air. You all know about so many things you learnt about the air. That's why I have taken air as the example. Now, how this oxygen and carbon dioxide is different, children? Have you ever thought what is this oxygen and what is this carbon dioxide? See, oxygen, how will you write? You all know oxygen. You will, without knowing, you only might have written O for oxygen. What is this? This is the symbol for oxygen. How will you represent the carbon dioxide? CO2 you might have written. This is the formula for the carbon dioxide. Oxygen, nitrogen you will write as N. Yes, and noble gases argon, neon. Argon only you will take A or argon, neon, like that. Different gases are there. So what is these all actually? How this oxygen is different from carbon dioxide? We learned in the pollution chapters and all, air is having carbon monoxide also. So what makes this all differences? That is what we are going to learn. So now you know that atom is the smallest part of the matter, and this atom, they will combine and they'll form elements and compounds. See, surrounding us there are two different types of substances are there. Some of them are elements, some are compounds. So what are these elements? Elements are the pure substances. The elements are pure substances and they will have the same type of atoms. They are made up of same types of atoms. Just now he wrote O, no children. O2 means O2. So this 2 will represent the number of atoms. 2 atoms of oxygen will form O2. Is the element. These are the elements. So there are on this earth so many elements are there. That is 117 elements are found on the earth. These elements only help us to live, play a very important role to live on the earth. There are 117 elements, and as per their number of protons, they have been kept in an order called as periodic table, and each element has one symbol like O for oxygen, N for nitrogen, H for hydrogen, Cl for chlorine, like that. So many different types of elements are there and each have their own, these all are called as symbols, like how you learn symbols in the physics also, like that. These are called as symbols. I am talking about elements, how they are formed, what are they will have the same types of atoms. They are the substances present and they will have the same type of atoms with them. Atom, you know, the smallest part of the matter. So these two same type of atoms, they will combine and they will form the elements. Example, these are oxygen, nitrogen, chlorine, sodium. All these are different types of elements and each one have their symbol and they differ in their composition, and as per that they are being ordered in the periodic table. This is all you are going to learn in your higher classes. Now these elements, what they will do, they will combine. C is for the carbon, children. C is carbon. So this elements, I will give you some first 20 elements symbols, you can learn it. Yes. So now these elements, what they will do, two or more elements, they will combine and they will form compounds. So just now we learned, so compounds, examples, CO2, carbon dioxide. Every time we are hearing about the carbon dioxide. See here, carbon and oxygen. Carbon is one element, oxygen is another element. They have combined. Two or more elements they will combine and they will form compounds. And here MgO, magnesium oxide. Your salt is there, no children. Salt which we will add. That is the sodium chloride. See, Na and Cl. And CO is carbon monoxide. These are all chemical formulas. These are the formulas of the different compounds. So when these compounds will form due to the chemical reactions, not like just mixing sugar and water. No, that is just a mixing and there is no any new substance formed, I said. But here each and every compound has been formed by the when they combine chemically, and separating them or getting back them is not that easy. And also this for example now, so elements and compounds, just you have to know what are elements are. What are they? They are the pure substances made up of same type of atoms. They'll have the same type of atoms. O2, it will exist. Oxygen will exist as O2 in the gaseous form. Hydrogen also H2 in the gaseous form. So these all are present in the air. They are the elements. And these elements, what they will do, they will combine and they will form compounds. They will form different compounds like carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, sodium chloride, magnesium oxide, and we are left with the very important one, H2O. Yes, when H2O is not there, life is not possible. That is the water. Just we'll take water as an example and further we learn about elements and compounds. So what are they? Elements are the pure substances. They are made up of same type of atoms. So oxygen will have only the atoms of oxygen. Nitrogen will have only the atoms of nitrogen. Hydrogen will have only the atoms of the hydrogen. Yes. But when we talk about compounds, they are made up of two or more types of elements. They will combine and they will form the compounds. Examples: H2O, CO2. You all very well know H2O and CO. These are called as formula, and they can divide. We can further divide them. Like different methods, we can divide the compounds, but it is not possible to divide the elements further. Yes, they are made up of the same types of atoms. Now we will learn about water so that you will understand better. So it will be very easy for you to understand the chemical and physical changes. Now see here, H2O is water, children. H2O is the formula for water. So now you know that hydrogen and oxygen, they both are reacting and water is formed. Now see here, hydrogen is present in gaseous state. Oxygen is also in gaseous state. But water is in liquid state. And hydrogen has different properties. And oxygen has its own different types of characteristics. We learned the nature of the substance. They do have different nature. But when water is formed, that water is having the new substance is formed, and it is having totally different types of characteristics, not as hydrogen or not as oxygen. So such type of changes only called as the chemical changes. Here this is called the new substance form. But when we discuss that 5 examples we discussed, no, changing of water into water vapor or water vapor into water, or heating something and getting the color change, or adding sugar, that sugar solution or salt solution is formed. But that is not going to be a new thing. That is only only the water is having the water and salt mixed together, and that's become a solution, that's all. But there is no any new substance like this. Chemical composition is not changed. That is why we call them as physical changes. So now, so these all elements and compounds, and also about the atoms, and a simple chemical equations also are given. So further about this chemical reactions and equations we are going to learn in the next class. So now, to understand the physical changes, you should know an idea about why they are physical changes. That's why I given this hint. So again I repeat, today's class we have discussed about physical changes. So whenever a substances surrounding us, they undergo different changes, substances. So when they undergo change in their color, size, shape or state. So color, size, shape and state. State is solid or liquid, or the state. They are called, that is called as physical change. Or most of the time physical changes are reversible, and also there is no new substance. Now you know that new substance means what? That's how I explain. no new substance is formed in any of these examples what we discussed. So color change, size change, shape change and state change, just we will say they are the physical properties of any substance. So in such types of changes are called as physical changes. Mostly or not always it is reversible. Mostly they are the reversible changes. We can get it back, but no new substance is also formed. So now today's work is you read the textbook and only I want 10 in your notebook backside or in an A4 sheet, 10 different types of physical changes, and you have to every down to that you have to explain why do you conclude that it is a physical change. So that also you can do. So in your textbook you can, this is what we have started, chapter 6 physical and chemical changes. You can read that physical changes part I have taught you today, and you can see some examples have been given. But examples also you read, and apart from these 4 5 examples you can add up, you can write the same examples and you add up some 2 or 3 examples and you try to setting of curd, different things. So you now you know that new substance means what. Just I have given you a hint about elements and compounds also. So try to learn some more points about elements and compounds, and try to write 10 different physical changes in A4 sheet and write why do you say they are physical changes, and keep it ready. We'll further learn about the physical and chemical changes in the next class, children. Thank you, children.